So I'm here with Giovannie Espiritu and Roar. Um, Stars you play Chewie in the film Spot Check, and Giovanni you play Hope.
Yes.
Now in the film, you guys aren't the best of friends. Now are you?
There were a lot of fight scenes. A lot. Well, there are arguments.
Okay.
And which I always thought were really fun because we're
They were
really
fun.
good friends off camera.
Yes.
And then sometimes it'd be hard for me to keep a straight face because she'd walk into the room and like start calling me a whole bunch of names and be pushing me and stuff.
And he couldn't
It's,
stop laughing, so that would make me even madder.
And she would do it harder too. You know, back to that one scene where that day when I couldn't stop laughing, I couldn't stop laughing, and so then she would keep coming into the room and she'd hit me, and every time she'd hit me harder. Remember,
Yeah.
it was really,
It was really late.
it was like
yes.
2 a.m.
I was confused because the lighting was always like set for daytime, so I didn't know what was happening. Honestly, I was like, is it day or I don't know. Am I tired or am I excited? I like it. That's really cool. Now, Giovanni, you're more experienced when it comes to being in this industry. How was it working with people who were, relatively new?
You know, I don't know if it's like I'm more experienced. You know, like I guess like technically I am, but it's like every single shoot is so different. You know, and it didn't seem like once Susan took over, it didn't seem like it was like a newbie set. You know, like it was and. She had a lot of things that a lot of other sets didn't have. Like, she had, like, really great wardrobe. You know, she had hair and makeup. And I'm totally down for, like, low-budget indie stuff. I love doing it because people in the low-budget indie world love making movies because they love making movies. And they love telling stories. And, it's their passion, which is really great being around that. But Susan had some stuff, like, going on that other movie sets didn't. Like, she had... really great costume. She had hair and makeup. She had food and water.
And restrooms.
And restrooms. And on some indie sets, you don't get that, you know?
Ah.
So it actually was really great.
Oh, wow, cool. How about you, Roar?
Well, for me, it was also my first film. I had done some acting. I'd done theater and some other more professional stuff, but this was my first big film or whatever. And actually working with more experienced actors and actresses like Giovannie and Andrew Roth, who played Jimmy Joe.
Yes.
You pick up from their etiquette, just the way they carry themselves on set. And yeah, just what they bring to the table as actors.
Yeah, that's why you're laughing so much
Yeah.
last day, right?
You know what? My excuse that night was I was working every single day till we'd get up like at 7 o'clock in the morning.
7 o'clock in the morning, sometimes 6 to be
and
ready
then
by 7.
We wouldn't go to bed till what, like 3?
3 or 4.
3 or 4.
Yeah.
And so we literally had and I was like in every scene, so I couldn't even go to bed. I don't know how I was able to memorize all those lines. You know?
You're not getting any sympathy from your
I
counterpart
know.
here.
And then
She had to drive to San Francisco one day, so see?
yeah, but so then that day I drank soda, coffee, brownies, anything with sugar so I could keep myself up. So I mean, being delirious and then having a sugar rush is just the worst
Awesome.
combination.
Hope you being of Asian persuasion. How
I am ethnically ambiguous at these days.
I'm Latina. I'm a Korean. I mean, I'm whatever you want. Pay me enough to be. I like it. So how was that working, just in general with your characters?
That's one of the things that I love so much about this film, and I said it from the beginning when I first talked to Susan about it, that I loved how all the different characters had a different background. There were a different ethnicity, and I loved how she poked fun at everyone.
Yes.
And she didn't just keep it, not just the Mexicans, not just white people or Asians or blacks or whatever. It was everyone.
everybody.
Everyone got a piece of it. And that's what I really loved about the film, because, when anyone can watch this film and laugh at themselves. And I think that's cool. You have to be able to laugh at yourself, and not take things too seriously. And sorry, I kind of
And having like a Mexican American character as a lead, which is
Exactly.
really awesome.
Yes.
There's
not too many of those.
There's not many of those, and if there are, Hollywood loves to always make them like the tough kids or like the really gangbangers and stuff like that. And in this film, you have the very nerdy Mexican, you know what I mean? The very nerdy Mexican.
Making a new stereotype.
Making a new stereotype, I guess. No, but he was very kind of scholarly, really smart, and he goes, he's the center of the story, and you see him transform into a more confident person that becomes more comfortable in his own skin and stuff, and I really like that.
So Spot Check kind of captured the nature of the elusive, nerdy Mexican American.
I guess so.
Yeah. Interesting. Shed light on that new kind of Mexican American, the nerdy one. Thank you. Thank you for that. Now we'll learn that. And how
I
about
love
you,
the
Gio?
way you word it.
Gio?
Yes.
Your character, you're just racially ambiguous, as you said. You were just.
You see, that's what's so great about this film. It's a comedy, yet it's got us talking about race and ethnicities and stuff like that. When a film can bring up conversations like those, that's a good film. So
I didn't necessarily look at it as a race thing. For me, it was like poking fun at the whole Christian thing.
Yes.
And religion, because I mean, like I said in like the personal interviews and stuff, like I used to be a Bible thumper. That's why I have a tattoo of 1 John 4:18 on my back.
Which quotes?
There is no fear in love, but perfect love casts out fear, for fear hath torment.
Thank you, Jesus.
Yeah. So, but I do love Jesus, and I do love Buddha, and I do love like Shiva and Shakti, and like I love like just like the big happy universe in general. But I love how it just made so much fun of like super straight-laced Christianity, and how hypocritical that can be.
Yes.
So.
You were so great at doing it too. Most of our scenes were arguments.
Yes.
And she's like a lemon. Like I just juice her. Like when we get into it, when we're arguing, like I totally feed off of everything that she's giving me, and it makes the scene so much better.
Oh wow!
Because she just gives it to you, and you just take it, and you like give it back.
Like a lemon. I love it. I want to quote that. She's like a lemon.
And he takes it.
Oh, this is a different kind of film now. Oh, wait, so you had also a good time working with Louise here.
Oh, it was so fun. It was totally fun. Yeah, and like